cannot hear it.
On point.
All right. We are back another week. More health. Still kind of dying, but not dying as bad as I was last week. So I got more health points than I did last week. So we all good. It's On Point Talk Show. You know what I'm saying? It's your hosts with the mosts.
We can say that officially this week because Ivy is back in that driver's seat. Listen, we was having all kinds. We was going through the motions, man.
Y'all did all right. You know what I'm saying? I told you for a little bit through
Just
some emojis in the chat or some what they call them things on Twitter, some emotes in the chat.
You did. You lit that chat up.
You know what I'm saying? I had to make my contributions, you know?
For sure.
So yeah, I mean y'all could kind of hear a little bit in my voice, but still got a little bit of a lingering cough. It's all good though. We here, we pushing through it. And so yeah, it's another week. It is Community Week. Community Week. Yeah, I thought I said that wrong. No, we good. Oh wait, I gotta send this post. Boom.
Oh wow, we got fam joint. What's up, fam? Dr. Smart.
Dr. Smart in the
J-Wise in the building.
Yeah. J-Wise. Oh man, we got a couple of people coming through. Well, hold on, wait a minute. I can't see. Okay, there we go. W's in the chat. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so let's get it on. Let's get it on and popping.
Yo. I know we're going right into women's month,
man, this guy.
but I just want to say one thing: is y'all know J-Wise has a new track out? All right,
we do.
J-Wise. Shout out J-Wise. We're gonna probably spin that joint at some
in the
future.
Soon.
In the near future, you know what I'm saying?
It's dope too, as usual. Expect nothing else.
Anyways, Mr. Black Simon, what's the vibe? Or no, wait, it's the greetings and gratitude. I'm tripping. What are you? I still got COVID brain. What are you grateful for, big dog? You ain't say nothing since we started, so wake up, big dog. What's up?
Hello. What I'm grateful for? This one's gonna actually go straight back at you, Claude Code.
Code. Let's go.
Another person might be converted. I started poking around and doing some spec sheets for some stuff I want to build.
Let's go. Hey, just be careful with the Claude Code, man. Don't get a Claude Code. First of all, we're not putting it on our computer, right? Like on our
No. I'm just literally poking around at like drafting the spec sheets that will eventually go into coding.
That's not what I asked, though.
I ain't putting anything on my computer yet. Not until you give me the green light.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask for a favor later on, which is probably give me an environment that I can poke around in.
We might be able to work that out. Cool. All right, symbolic, man. What's the vibe? What you grateful for?
I'm grateful for momentum of all types. You know what I mean? I'm looking at the crew, the fams in the chat. I'm thinking about connecting with Auntie in Jamaica around our questions. Rashawn is putting together an amazing format for us to, pool thoughts and consider some of these things around community. So I'm grateful for all that.
And not last, but certainly not least, Rashawn, what you grateful for?
Just being here, being able to, breathe above water.
You know what I'm grateful for? I'm grateful to be giving away a Raspberry Pi next week.
Wait a minute, I didn't miss that. What sound?
Legitness. Yeah.
That's what I'm grateful.
Yo, I hope everyone in the chat has signed up. I know Dr. Smart has. What's up, J-Wise? You know some people who want to DIY, get into, you know what I mean? Onaji, I know that you got heads over there. Where is Onaji B at in the world?
Onaji B.
Where at in the world?
Onaji B over on the
LA,
the East Coast, right? Yeah. No, West Coast. I'm on the East Coast.
West Coast, yeah.
East Coast, LA.
You got some people that could use that. And we're gonna Tech Week, Ivy Produce is gonna step up the how to do this and that. That's
absolutely Absolutely.
right?
I'm gonna run through it beforehand, make sure the way that I choose to do it is the way that works best. You feel me? Because last time it was kind of a disaster.
Don't worry about last time. Last time was great. All right. It's just gonna be
Cool.
greater next time. Yo, but you have that QR code? Is it around or is that
Of course.
okay?
QR
Because you know
code
you can scan
team.
that. You can be like, yo, you gotta jump on Talk Show on Point because
Oh
you
wait,
can
hold
have
on, wait a
a
second.
chance
I
to
did.
win.
Oh man, did somebody delete my
Scan
QR
that.
code? Oh man, that's not the
That's
right
not
one.
it. Oh,
Alright,
yo, let me tell you quick fast. I know we got to keep it ticking, but I use a QR code for this project, the Just Us Emerging 360 project you may or may not have seen or heard about, like with the VR and all that. I said QR codes, that's doable. You know what I mean? Just to add some additional in the physical space kind of stuff. But what I realize is after time, some of these QR codes, they're not using, they're changing, they're enshittifying. You may have heard that previously on our show, or out there because people are talking about this. QR codes was developed. I'm sorry, I'll do the quick version by Honda or one of these companies. They realize they can just encrypt this alphabet and it points to where you want to point to. You can point to a website, whatever you want to do. But now companies are making it so it goes through their system first. And then later on it says, yeah, you have to pay for a subscription. It's not technology that should require a subscription. Anyway, speaking of QR codes, watch out for that, y'all, because you could set up your whole thing and then later on you're in a bind.
That's a really good point. That does lead to something that we're going to talk about later on in the WhatsApp.
What's up section?
The what's up section, yeah. But just on that point, yeah. That's what I think a lot of companies or a lot of businesses are now trying to do, become that middle person between you and whatever you're trying to do. And then slowly taking it away and then telling you got to pay for it. Pay for access that you should already have.
They're ruining the technology, the internet. It doesn't have to be all that. Anyways, we're not going to stay on that too long. We got our WhatsApp momentarily. However, these are things we're going to come back to. Next week is Tech Week. This week is Community Week. Let me send out some invites. Please send out some invites, y'all. Let's get everybody in here.
Yeah.
I actually hate how everything is behind a paywall right now. Like, I was at work today trying to look at an article. First of all, you know what I'm saying? Doge came through and they was just like block these people from being able to block these people from being able to read the news. That was crazy. So like every time you try to click a link, it'd be like, you can't look at this link. And I'm like,
that doesn't even make any sense, though.
Don't make no kind of sense.
Like, it doesn't affect the state.
It does if what? Sorry?
It does if we're in the fifth estate. We've been talking about this for a while.
Yeah, they're trying to close off those information pipelines.
They definitely don't want us seeing the nonsense that be happening because there's some stuff out there right now that's like
emoji.
I mean, I knew it. Like I knew it. Like I kind of suspected it. It's actually a lot worse than what I actually thought it was, which is kind of crazy because I thought it was really bad. But we're not really going to talk about that. Maybe we could talk about that in a different show.
Well, we need to talk about it because we, at the end of it, where I just said to you earlier today, like I see UCAN about to be super busy. Like there's so much going on right now.
Yeah, I mean,
the streets, the digital streets, especially.
Nah, for real, because I mean, yeah, there's a lot, and we could talk. We could get to talk about it. It'll probably be, I don't know, in the future, what's up or whatever. But we already got our, you know what I'm saying? We already got our marching orders for tonight, and but we definitely gonna talk about some of the things that are kind of coming up in the aftermath of the events of last year, because it's honestly like stranger than fiction, to be honest. So like. Yeah, so we're gonna get into this video. The what's up, the first what's up. It's about food. It's and so we're gonna get into that. Let me pull it up.
Did Rashanis do her what's up?
She did.
Okay.
She did. Oh man, Black Simon is covered by the QR code. So let's play that video. What am I better talking about?
If your entire food system collapsed in the next 24 hours.
Y'all can hear, right?
Yeah, nice.
If your entire food system collapsed in the next 24 hours, the first fruit tree you should grow is the tree tomato. The tree tomato is one of the only fruit trees that doesn't go dormant. It keeps producing fruit while everything else stops. That's why ancient humans relied on it as a year-round crop. It originated in the high altitude of the Andes, where a short growing season
Hold up.
What is
stops.
happening?
That's why ancient humans.
Oh man, hold on, wait a minute.
Dormant. It keeps producing.
That is not a tomato.
I mean, what did he call it?
He called it a tomato tree.
A tree tomato.
Tree tomato.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
It's a different. It's a probably that's not its technical name. That's probably its street name.
Clearly, I am ignorant of this, so we just go keep it going.
Fruit while everything else stops. That's why ancient humans relied on it as a year-round crop. It originated in the high altitude of the Andes, where short growing seasons forced it to produce constantly. But when the Spanish took over the region, they replaced crops like the tree tomato with European crops that only fruited once a year. By the time scientists realized how important year-round production was, industrial agriculture had already standardized around seasonal harvest. It wasn't until 1967 when New Zealand rebranded it as a tamarillo to make it sound more exotic. So it went from a tree that could feed people 12 times a year to a fruit that most of you are just now hearing about, which is pretty insane. If your entire food system collapsed in the next 20.
Yeah.
Real quick, shout out to Play More Games in the chat. It's 3 a.m. in Spain. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for bringing your people, J. Raff, and shout out. I see Joseph, the Black Network in the chat. That's what's up.
Shout out. Yo.
Let's talk about this. Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say. Symbolic.
I just wanted to say, Spain, like 3 a.m. Big respects and big love, and this is, I can feel this is what we need to like be building, like this vibe of like looking out, shouting out, letting each other know about things. Like, look at this tree tomato. So when I saw this, I was like, what? But it all checks. And then furthermore, Black Network, which is global. So that's another like, I just love when people connect, and we're gonna talk about what actually sisters, how they see community, what it means to them through this, in your segment, Rashanis, which we ask aunties and moms and sisters, and so I just think that connection is going to be so nice, and it's happening. So go on.
For sure.
Oh my God.
I missed that meme, I swear. So I was going to say, this is how much I absolutely love Sean Groves. I discovered Sean Groves, the teenager brought it to me. He was so impressed by his content that he was like, Mom, you gotta follow him. Like, he took my phone and actually subscribed to him. And every video I've watched of his has been highly informative. This is, of course, budding my herbalism knowledge and me getting into restorative agriculture, because he's correct. Every single person on the planet should be growing their own food right now. This is a major epidemic. And we'll talk about what's happening in the USDA realm and what's happening with land, especially land back, what's happening with farming techniques in America and abroad. We're gonna do that on the show. But I love the way this brother is always like, that's pretty insane. Like, to talk about the food, the pollination, the crossbreeding of different fruits and vegetables. He gets it in. That tomato, though, is still nightshade, and I'm still over here side-eyeing it like, I can't
just one quick thing is it interesting? We're just talking about something which is technology and the possibilities of like science or discovering how things work, that we're just talking about that and then turning it into something else. And now it's something in nature, which, the abundance of the creator, and they've done the same thing. I mean, it shouldn't be that surprising, but that's what this story is about.
It is. And to be honest, we have seen, and we didn't talk about this for CES 2026, but there are some dope technologies coming forth for agriculture, especially mass agriculture. So it's high time for us to, go back to, it's a whole Sankofa moment. Like, these are our roots. Our people tended to the crops. They picked it. They shelled it. They cleaned it. They prepared it for eating. It's in our DNA. We need to get back to that by any means necessary. But that's all I have to say about that.
one more thing before we go on is like we have culture week, we have community week, we have tech, we have critical thinking. And so as far as the culture, I believe that's why I'm always going on about culture lineage and these things. When I'm posting, I post moving in a certain way, whether it's digital or before. We have to determine what is our culture. And so that's what I see in all of this is like we need to be deliberate about our culture. And people are like, why? We don't have to. No, because that's how they flip us into doing the wrong things, thinking when we don't know who we are or what we're capable of. So that's what I hear when someone says, oh, this is how it was. By the way, did you know about this fruit and the nature of it and how they got us dealing with only certain fruits and vegetables that they've defined? Like when we are, moving from a place of who we are in our culture, then we'll be like, okay, you could do that, but we're doing what we do. So,
and last, one footnote, I'm just going to add a footnote to that. Part of this ancestral knowledge is also that we're asking to recall by engaging with the land is understanding what we can eat, right? Because here's the thing. Some of this stuff is not for us. Some of this stuff is not for us. I see some connection happening in the chat. It's making me really, really happy.
You got rated? Oh, we got 8 viewers. What's up, everybody?
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, Playmo Games rated us, I think.
Yeah. So Playmo Games, y'all. This is my people. I do declare. There's so much to talk about, but it's just the connections happening, and I'm really happy to see it because honestly, this is what we do. It's Community Week. We celebrating everybody. So, anywho, I digress. Let's move on, shall we?
But wait, before we move on, why don't we go hit those comments and see what people are saying? Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got some banter back and forth. We got Onaji. Dr. Smart said that he's got some trips planned to go to Cali.
Cali put me in the suitcase.
Yeah. Play More Games. So he's bringing over the squad. I guess maybe he was streaming in the areas with some folks. That's what's up. We appreciate that.
Yes.
What happened? We got what's going on over here.
Respects. Let's go. I with the raid.
Yeah, so that video kind of reminded me a little bit of the video that we watched a couple weeks ago about the fabrics, where they go over to Africa, they see what they're doing, and then they're like, oh, this is nice. We're gonna bring this over to Italy, and we're gonna make these fabrics over here in Italy, and it's gonna be Versace, and it is so premium, and it's high ticket. You gotta pay $300 a belt for this one, and $500 per t-shirt, and $750 per pair of pants. And it's like, bro, y'all just went over there, stole their designs, and charged exponentially greater amount of money for it. And it's like they took the tree tomato and changed the name into something else, and was like to make it seem more exotic, probably so they can make some more money off of it. And it's like, that's crazy. Oh, and it's like also, right, like in terms of farming, I think they don't plant male plants, and they only want to plant female plants because they
botanical sexism. Yeah, it's a thing. And it's more so it's going to be male plants because those don't necessarily pollinate and produce the fruits and the vegetables. Yeah.
I know it was something like that, right? So that you can't grab.
That's why there's no fruit trees in cities.
Yeah, right. So you can't get the seeds and go and plant your own joints, and that's crazy because how you just gonna charge me for something that not even just charging me for something that grows out of the ground naturally, but to prevent me from being able to just grab that thing and reproduce with the seeds.
It's literally a city ordinance, I believe, in most places that you have to get not a license, but some sort of thing from your local municipality allowing you to plant a fruit tree.
That's insanity. That's insane.
It is.
You gotta probably go and pay for that license or whatever, or the permit or whatever case you gotta get. It's like,
Well,
crazy.
if you get your credentials, again, if you're in America and you get your credentials from USDA, there's some ways again that we can navigate this. But this is why we were going to have a show. We were going to have a wonderful woman, and we weren't able to get her on. But you know what? It's coming. Who was an urban planner? And we talk about some of these things and how they're layered, right? Because they are very layered. It's what we do here. We get the knowledge out. There are ways around. You got to know the loopholes. We know how the system
Facts.
goes.
That's facts.
You know?
And you know that goes into another thing that's real important. Like it's, you know, like you said, having that one tech friend, you got to have friends that kind of are in the system and kind of understand the loopholes, because there are always loopholes. It's built that way, right?
All day.
Because that's how they get ahead, how they get around. They know they. It's like, oh, you look at the system and it's like, the system is so whatever. But then you got to get inside there. Then you learn the ins and outs. You learn, okay, this is how you kind of do that. This is kind of maneuver there. This is how they be building wealth. This is what they do. This is how they stack their chips. Like, we got to do the same kind of stuff. Anyway, moving right along, we have a pretty interesting topic, I think. And I got my own thoughts about this. We'll go ahead and run the video. It's it's about the latest happenings with the U.S. government and one of the bigger, more popular tech companies right now, Anthropic. And so we got a little video about the latest happenings on that one.
Artificial intelligence firm Anthropic sued the U.S. government on Monday, trying to block the Pentagon from placing it on a national security blacklist. The lawsuit escalates Anthropic's high-stakes battle with the Defense Department over the uses and limits of AI in military technology. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth designated Anthropic a national security supply chain risk last week. That came after the startup refused to remove guardrails against using its AI for autonomous weapons or domestic surveillance. Anthropic said in its lawsuit that the designation was unlawful and violated the company's freedom of speech. The filing in federal court in California asked a judge to undo the designation and block federal agencies from enforcing it. The designation poses a big threat to Anthropic's business with the government and could limit the use of a technology that a source said was currently being used for military operations in Iran. President Donald Trump has also directed the government to stop working with Anthropic, whose financial backers include Alphabet's Google and Amazon.com. Trump and Hegseth said there would be a 6-month phase-out. Anthropic said even the best AI models were not reliable enough for fully autonomous weapons, and that using them for that purpose would be dangerous. The company also drew a red line on domestic surveillance of Americans, calling that a violation of fundamental rights. The company said it would not be swayed by, quote, intimidation or punishment. Microsoft-backed OpenAI announced a deal to use its technology in the Defense Department network shortly after Hegseth moved to blacklist Anthropic. CEO Sam Altman said the Pentagon shared OpenAI's principles of ensuring human oversight of weapon systems and opposing mass U.S. surveillance.
Man.
So just like he said, right, it was about 2 weeks ago, the Anthropic and the U.S. government, the Pentagon, were in negotiations. I don't know exactly why they were. I think what ended up happening was that the government wanted Anthropic to amend their contract to remove certain terms of conditions, right? And they were like, we don't want you guys to stipulate essentially what we can or can't do with the model. Anthropic was like, nah, bro, we keeping that there. But the interesting thing about that was that Anthropic had offered to say, hey, we will help you build some systems that you need to perform the function that y'all trying to do, but you can't use the models that we have right now because we don't believe that they are reliable enough for like autonomous weaponry. And then also it was like, we don't want y'all using our models for doing, domestic surveillance on U.S. citizens. I feel like those are pretty reasonable requests. And then the Pentagon was like, nah, fam, if y'all not gonna let us use y'all models, we're gonna designate you a supply chain risk. And what that means is that nobody who does business with with the Pentagon can use those models in their in military operations. That is, to me, and this is something that has never been applied to an American company in this way before. I don't understand why they would go to the lengths of designating them a supply chain risk instead of just canceling the contract.
Well, think about it.
They're trying to push them. They're trying to push
absolutely
them.
Right, because your subcontractors, all of it being procurement. We talked about this, a couple of weeks ago when we did the What's Up with the military, technology. So it's like, so now I can not only just cut you out, but I can cut out all of the subcontracts that could potentially be using Anthropic.
It's for me, it's strategic because it's the starve the beast. What they're trying to do is they're trying to starve them out, because investors also will go to a company that they can invest, that they can get government contracts.
Yeah.
And as you said, subcontractors can get government contracts. So it's a two-edged sword on that one. Not only can they not access government funds or government things, but investors are more going to invest in a company that is going to be able to access those multi-billion-dollar contracts from DoD and just general government services.
Yeah, DOJ, all of it.
Not that doesn't make sense, right? But that's a crazy thing to do to an American company, because it essentially says, right, let us do what we want to do with your product, regardless of what that is. Otherwise, we're gonna do whatever we can to kill your company, to an American company.
Can I, as a non-American, ask you to say the two stipulations?
The two stipulations were Anthropic does not want the U.S. government to use their models for mass domestic surveillance,
which means Americans.
Americans, yes, they don't.
Us Canadians don't.
If you think that they're not doing whatever,
no, they already have the rights to do it on us. Okay,
to do whatever they want. Like, just don't think that, because they're doing it. If they can, if they got the data, they're definitely gonna be using it. The second stipulation was they didn't want their models being used to man autonomous weapons, because it's just not there yet.
More specifically, the entire, they call it kill chain.
Yes. So like no human involvement, and it selects a target, it deploys the weapon against the target, and I don't know if it has to do detonation as well, but like the full kill chain of selecting target and deploying the missile against that target, which LLMs are still very hallucinatory. They still hallucinate a lot. They're not 100% accurate. So it could be like, or operating autonomous drones, right? It could be a situation where it accidentally thinks that a military member or a civilian is a target, and doesn't, and actually goes and kills a civilian on accident. We just have, there's currently a thing that's going around right now where they bombed a school in Iran, and allegedly, I don't know if this is true or not, but they're saying that
Iran.
It was supposedly a mistake, and they're investigating it right now. It's crazy. But
yeah, it's like 168 kids. Here's the thing.
Sorry. Go ahead, Rashanis.
No, I was just going to say, this technology has been evolving. Lavender AI has been out for some time, so we've been testing. We ran a clip a while ago where the young brother was, he was singled out, he was isolated, he was eating a bag of chips. Exactly. These things again are why because we're about solutions, right? What can we do to protect ourselves amidst? Because if we know this is at the forefront, then we know that there are layers here. It's beyond security for us. It's beyond being able to move around and do the things that we're used to doing. These systems are affecting us all. So we really have to think strategically about safety, because I can't say it enough. They plan it like it's a game. No pun intended. Like it's a video game. Like, oh, okay, well, you out. Next up, like, these are lives, and it's obvious you might not care about lives because yours is what have you, but this shit is getting wild, man.
In terms of solutions for this one, it's tough, because they have technology that we don't even know they have.
Right.
And so I saw something that says that they all, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they had the technology to track your vehicle from satellites wherever it goes.
I gotta sound like my car. Like it makes sense. All of this tech, we put. Think about the first industrial revolution. Second, the foundation is the same. The only thing that changes is manipulation and control.
And when it comes to the internet, as much as we like to think we have safety and security and privacy, really not really safety and security, but privacy. As much as we like to think that we have some privacy, we don't. Everything that you do it originates from somewhere, and everything that you everything you do originates from somewhere, and it goes to a certain destination. Think about it like Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin was at first it was touted, oh, it's anonymous, but as people started to understand more about it, it's not really anonymous. It can be tracked. You just have to know what you're looking for.
Well,
so,
would you say, I mean, quickly, because I know we do have to digress, and this is, oh my gosh, we're going to have a whole tech week show next week. But here's the thing. We know that data brokerage is getting bigger. It's growing. I'm noticing Gmail is doing some serious stuff with geolocation via email. I'm noticing systems that are talking to each other.
Absolutely.
I'm asking Gemini certain things, and I'm like, wait, how you know that? So there are these things, we're seeing them play out. Do we believe that one point of safety is identifying the data brokerages that have our information and trying to pick what's there? Because, to expunge everything, maybe a little bit of radical, but we got to start talking about these and picking, like we've been talking about it, but we got to start being intentional about these systems that we're using.
So the problem is that every time you sign up for a service, they're taking that data and they're going to sell it every time.
For sure.
And then Meta's buying it, Google's buying it.
If it's free,
buying it, the government is buying it.
If it's free, you are the product.
Exactly.
Right. What did the doctor say on the last Elder Love? That quote just still rings through. Like, you gotta know where you're giving your power to. Yeah.
Who you give your dollar to is who you give your power to, right? Like, and then like Dr. Smart said, they get a slap on the wrist. Meta, I think there was the Cambridge Research League. I don't know, and that's kind of how they play the game. It's like they do what they want now. They make a gazillion dollars, and then they just pay the fine on the back end. The pharmaceutical companies, right?
Ivy didn't get the memo that it was the solutions part. So we're going to go back to that.
My bad.
No, man.
Even if you were to follow down their same path, they will slam the door shut on you because you are not part of the in group. We've seen this happen so many times. The music industry is all over that. Remember where they put it on the DRMC, you can't share your music, and then they went around and turned in. Everyone's now stream heavy. Like, isn't that the exact opposite of what they said they were going to do? We're not allowing anyone to share music because we think we should be, and now they are doing streaming.
All right,
very
simple. I'm going to make my one point that's back to a solution.
And we got to read some of these comments because they're on point.
Okay, let me say this quick, fast, and then we go to that. I believe that's the reason we talk about, we think about, we embody culture. It's not just because it sounds nice. It's not because it's something we associate with Black people, because actually, factually, we have to do things that, for example, we have countercultural. That's what hip hop was. And that's what it needs to come back to, which is they are doing these things, ... We could go on all day, and there's plenty of shows that do that. But what we're talking about in terms of solutions is, okay, we are going to make sure we position ourselves so that whether it's petitioning government, or whether it's creating the companies, creating the solutions, whether it's being DIY, saying we are going to know how our shit works, even if you don't want us to. That's just our culture.
Yeah.
So that's when I say what we're doing, what we're about is like really defining, not losing ourselves, because they're trying to give us products and tell us that's culture. No, that's bullshit. Someone makes a clothing line and says, "Oh, it's the culture." That's not what it's about. And then the other last thing I want to say is spirit, right? Because the energy that comes to our ancestors, to us, and throughout all of time and throughout all of life, not just Black shit. However, when you talk about culture, we're talking about our African, ancient stuff that gave life to everything else. My point being, there's so much that's void of the spirit. So we really need to sit and kind of come back to meditate on what it is. What does that mean? Like, so many people don't think about spirit at all. But my elders, they're like, you know, they brought that, they kept putting that back. And I think that that's another part of the solution, is coming back to, you know, because spirit brings us to oneness, Rashanis. And I'll close it with this. You talk about something that reminds me of an ex-elder, which is your Buddhist practice. Well, what I got from my elder from the Buddhist practice is like, they go back to the oneness. My true indigenous people, they go back to the oneness, us when we're in our proper state. So spirit coming back into it, and culture in the sense of like, you know, we are as defining, not something that they seal to be a product or something that they can define, because it's living. And that's what I think is a part of our solution.
We're passionate around here, ladies and gentlemen, and that's why this is Community Week, because culture is a big part of that. And this is, I would end with this. It's why we are insisting that we find our people, build with our people. It's like, it's non-negotiable at this point. We have to do something. And a lot of the distraction needs to be cut out. We need to pick our battles very carefully and stick to the fucking plan. That's it. Moving right along.
Facts. And just to address the comments,
go back, get them all.
Dr. Star said companies getting slapped on the wrist stealing our data. Absolutely. JY said even when it's not free, I think he was referring to, like, you know, how we are the product, even when it's free, even when it's not free, you're still the product.
Right.
Because I did see something that was saying, like, basically, like, you know, the AI companies are training their data on our interactions with the models, and a lot of times people pay for that, right? So, you know, you pay for it, and then you pay for them to improve the model based off of your experience, which is, you know, kind of crazy. But
by the way, I'll just interject with that. They are from a enslaving culture. They are.
Yeah. I mean, capitalism, man.
An enslaving culture. Let's move right on. What else we got?
He said the whole model has changed so that corporate ownership of private data is standard, which is like kind of insane. It's like, because we don't even own our data anymore, because the companies who hold the data technically own the data, which is not really the way it should be.
We don't own anything. We don't own ourselves. I mean,
enslaving culture.
Capitalism, man.
All day, twice on Sunday. I'm excited about Onaji and Mo play more games over here. Like,
Yo, what do you mean? Wait. What did I miss? What games are they playing?
They playing and they doing the thing, man. It's community.
Oh, put it in the chat. I need to know.
I think they said Fortnite. I think they said Fortnite.
Yeah.
Give me a nudge when you're saying Helldivers too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Yeah, Helldivers.
On that note, we can go into
once you stand there, people, once you get the energy that's still there, can I get a witness? Yeah. Those who witness, the energy is still there.
Oh man.
I mean, this ain't some past stuff. Okay, it's still there. As much as they're trying to commercialize.
Yeah. Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It's Community Week. That the energy is still there. Always hits. I swear. Like, I don't care where I am, what I'm doing. It's like it comes through, and it's just right in your face, because it's true. This is what we're doing here. So.
Hey, wait! Another shout out to the ancestral spirit of Renoko Rashidi. I'll just say that.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure. Seriously, such I mean, that drop is meaty. It's filling.
And also shout out to CMP, Nia and CMP on that beat. You know what I'm saying? So all right,
nice, very nice. You know, we put the beats around here.
It's nice.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, it just so happens that I do this talk show with three brothers who are very dear to me, but we've been celebrating women, and we've been celebrating women. It's typically in the States, of course, in America, the United States, Estados Unidos. It is Women's History Month. It comes right after Black History Month. But, you know, we know that history is an investigation of fact. So we are empowered to tell the story, and we want to focus on the women who are leading the future, because, of course, they've leaned on their ancestries, those women that came before them. Otherwise, they wouldn't be here. So that's what we're doing this month. And today in particular, we need to get to the root of real community. What does that look like? What does that feel like? What's required? And we're going to honor some of the women that have chimed in. We have some incredible dialogues, some quotes that they sent in. And we're gonna set this up like a call and response. We're gonna read some of them, and we're asking the community to really like share your thoughts, because in everything that we just prefaced and talked about, I can't say enough. We need each other more than ever. Like, we need each other more than ever. And it's not enough for us to just, you know, be over here and do all the digital thing. Yeah, it's not enough. We need to know that shit hit the fan. We can we can connect with one another. We can exchange resources. We need to be able to be one with each other. So that's what we're doing today. That's what we're about to do. We're about to get this slash show on and popping, and we're gonna keep watching that chat. But we seriously want to hear from the community. And first up is the question: how do we curate true community? What y'all got on that? What do y'all think about that question?
Mm-hmm.
What y'all think about that? What does it mean to curate true community?
What does it mean to curate true community? I think it means just, finding. Oh,
Let's see if it's gonna work. Please work. No.
oh. Is there a. When you say. Hold on. When you, okay.
All right. Well, that's fine. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Exactly what we do. We come together, provide information. People, we have people on. We introduce them or reintroduce them, highlight them to the community that we've built, and those people, they follow us. They come along with us. They come to our shows whenever we come on, and then. That's how we build our true community. Those are the people that want to come and hear what we have to say and want to come and share what they have to say related to what we have to say. So that's my response to that.
Yeah. And I heard you on that, and I have an interesting spin, especially thinking about the comments, because even though we can't hear you, we're reading these, and this is the exchange, because we can have a conversation, but a conversation, we have to have an exchange, and there is a place where we have to have an understanding. That's what I believe, and I've always believed, and we're going to hear from everybody, but an understanding is what true community is, because it can't be on one person, it can't be on two people. A community is everybody's heard, everybody's valued, everybody gets to share and reap the benefits of being together. That is our culture. Even on Najee's point, safety, what does that mean exactly? That means something different for everybody, right? So I love how you said, yeah, being able to have this environment and do that, but it's making sure that we have an exchange there. Everything can't be one-sided. We have to be able to truly be inclusive, and that requires real work. It does. It's not something that we just, oh yeah, we are community, because it's been with the way the spiritual economy has been commoditized here recently. The premise of community has been monetized. It's everywhere you go. It's okay. So there's a reason, like we just talked about data brokering, and there are a lot of us that are in all of these different communities online and even in person. It's like, what's the value of that? Are you spreading yourself too thin? What meaning are you able to build up on? So it's why we're having this conversation today. Like, we got to get to the nuance so that we know exactly what we're building, who we're building it with, and that we can trust that we're going to sustain this. If we can't sustain it, we're going to talk through it so that we leave the community better than when we found it. Better than when we found it. It's just like nature, better than when we found it. So head straight for the compassion. Everything else is a distraction. For real.
Let me just say, if that's your culture, you know what I mean? Some people, they're never going to leave stuff. If you believe in slavery, you don't believe in safety. That's one thing. You said safety can mean many things, but like it definitely doesn't mean slavery. And when it comes to leaving things better, like those who do build that type of thing, nah, they're not really, on that. So again, I just want to bring it back to like, once we choose, this is what we're about. This is our culture. I wouldn't want it to be like hip hop again, or not hip hop, like the commercialized facade of what hip hop, and co-opted reflection, mal reflection. What we're about. If you're about, for example, hailing up, bringing people, together, hearing. So I love the idea of consensus. When I learned many, years ago about consensus, like I never thought they'll say this is what it is.
Yeah.
Democracy means, and then I heard about consensus, and I was like, what? Oh, there's a different way where you don't say if I team up with you, then we can take that person out. It's like, I want to hear you. Let's speak. Yes, it takes longer, more patience, but it's a better living. Anyhow, what does
for sure. I mean, Black Simon, you got something, or you no? Yeah.
I'm here.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Community means for me, release it. I don't know how to say this. Removing your ego, because it's about looking past what's going to benefit yourself. It can benefit you, but it also has to benefit all the people around you. And that is a big part of community. Community is understanding that it will relate to you, but it is not about you. So for me, that is what community really, the underpinnings of community is understanding how you're connected to other people and how you communicate across to those people. But again, it's relinquishing of that personal kind of connection and seeking something that is larger than you.
I like that. Well, I think that with that, we're going to get into our first response. Taken from Latricia Wright, CEO of Odyssey LLC. This woman is amazing. She said, I see community as an active verb. It is the consistent practice of showing up for people when it isn't convenient. It's the intentional choice to witness someone else's life and let them witness yours. In a world that often feels isolated, community is a structure that allows us to feel less alone. It's a social architecture that holds our days together, built from the invisible threads of care we have for one another. When we choose to belong, we naturally begin to hold a piece of someone else's burden and in turn, allow them to help carry ours. I often think about community as a living archive. Every person carries a library of stories, skills, and histories. When we come together, those individual stories start to overlap. Community is what happens in that overlap. It's the shared memory of a street corner, the way a specific recipe travels through a family, or the way we support an elder. We are essentially building a collective history in real time. This archive isn't tucked away on a shelf. It breathes through us every time we gather, ensuring our individual experiences become part of a much larger, enduring human melody. Ultimately, community functions as a collective nervous system. We are social creatures who find our balance through connection, and our bodies physically settle when we feel we truly belong. It is the quiet safety of knowing that when one of us is under stress, the strength of the group helps absorb the impact. It's a space where we can slow down, breathe together, and remember that our stories matter. In its truest form, community is the sanctuary we build for each other's humanity.
Hold on. Ivy Produce. Hit that button. Oh my.
That was legitness. Yeah, it was. Huh?
Wow. That was poetry.
That is
true.
This sister right here, I mean, she has a place in my heart, for real. This is my home girl. And we share the sentiment because we know that this is work, y'all. It's not for the weary. It's real. We need each other. So Yeah, what y'all think about that? I see some comments in the chat. I see that's what's up. And this is, again, these are women saying this, but this is why we wanted to do this, because not only am I co-hosting with a lot of brothers, it's a lot of brothers in the chat really wanting to, you ain't got to be all emo, but seriously thinking about it. The women in your lives that are doing this hard work every single day. And not because they're women, but because they're humans that share something different, that are doing something different. What does that mean to you? That is one of the golden threads that ties community together. So, again, seriously, we want to hear, because this is our archive, y'all. We're building our own LLM. We're doing our own CIS. These are the stories that we're setting it up on. So, shout out to Latricia for coming through. Hey, sis. Hey, sis. So, yeah. Y'all ready to go to the next one?
Oh my God!
Yep. Any thoughts? Any feedback?
I just would say thank you. Just like I said, it's poetry. It's like you can feel it, and you can feel the truth and facts, and it's so inspiring. Yeah, that was so good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, seriously. Mad love to the sister. Check out LLC. When I say she's a master herbalist, I remember when I called her and told her I was going to go to school for herbalism, and she was like, "Tiff, I'm so proud of you." When I say master herbalist, she's clinical herbalism. So if you are chronically ill and you like, I'm not going back to that doctor because, no, she's able to run all of your fluids, namely your blood. She collects it safely, run it to the lab, and can prescribe you a 100% holistic remedy. In addition to, we talked about that agriculture she has a means to test soil for its readiness, for its vitality. So when we look at this, it's full circle ecosystem. So check out LLC. It's LLC.com, I believe it is. Yeah, Patricia. So next up, this young lady will be our special guest next week during Tech Week. Yeah, Dr. Tori Brown. She said, to me, community is bringing a group of people together with common goals to achieve common resource for each other. We get the benefit for sure. When we show up for each other, we get the benefit. But even identifying that, like, it's coming together with a common goal. Sometimes we have our own goals and motivations. So being able to look past that and say, yo, like, Black Simon said, this ain't about me per se. I'm going to get what I want out of it, of course, if that understanding is there. But this about us. It's about us. What say y'all?
I agree. I mean, I don't think we're gonna find too many of these that I'm gonna disagree with, but yeah, it's just different perspectives.
I think it's amazing that we were able to. I shouldn't say we, because I didn't participate as much as I would like to have on this project. But
yeah, you're fired. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
But it's beautiful that we were able to collect so many things, so many beautiful commentaries on community from the people that matter. I would even like to say matter most, but I'll digress.
Well, and this is why we're asking about sentiment, because this really is it's a collective conversation. We have to have the exchange, and that exchange is what locks in our agreement. So this is why we're talking about the tough things, and these wonderful women are doing the work. They're setting it up so that some other woman can take the reins and ensure that all their wisdom, again, those stories, that archive, is passed along. But again, everybody benefits. Everybody benefits when we keep community as a central focus. Everybody benefits, really, truly. So, thank you for that comment, Black Simon. I appreciate it. This was special to me. Let's see. Next up, Auntie Donna. Who is Auntie Donna? Who is Auntie Donna? Auntie Donna, she came through. Community means family extension, extended family. It means spiritual connection and energy exchange. Again, I didn't even know Auntie Donna said that. Really, to be honest, I was trying to like put Auntie Donna, Auntie, you said that. Like, it
TT.
is. It is. It's exchange. I'm exchanging real hardcore spiritual energy with you. I gotta get something back. I got to. What you giving? What you got? Show me what you're working with. You know, so it means extension of your family. I know we've had this conversation offline and we were going to actually slide it into the show before, but Black Simon brought up this really interesting, this brother who was talking about women and the objectification of women and how men, sometimes not all men, don't shoot the, put the weapons away, but some men only think about women when it's relative to men. And we talked about it being a men loving culture and why that is very patriarchal, right? Why this happens, how it happens, the misogynistic side of it. But then we were also saying, Symbolic was like, but no, I don't. What did you say, Symbolic? He was like, no, that can't be because you have a sister and you have a mother. And you're like, no, and what that mean?
Shout out 21 titles in the chat. But yeah, no, that's facts. Like, you know, just because you have a person of any specific gender in your family isn't like, how I say this. Just because you have a person in your family of a certain demographic doesn't mean that that's the reason why you should treat that demographic with respect, right? It's just simple like that.
It's a given.
Yeah.
It's a given.
But I have a black friend.
Do you really?
Yeah. Do you call them nigga too?
So we understand it in that context, but it is a broader context that we need to look at it. We need to understand that women aren't just things that are put in boxes. They are whole humans, just like us.
I was just about to say, just like men. Like, we listen. These labels and this identity war, these cultural wars that we sometimes can get trapped up in, is dangerous, man. It's so dangerous. It is, and it's baiting. It's rage baiting. It's so layered. But if we are not careful, we'll catch ourselves slipping. Like,
yeah,
you know, us against them, and be in that constant ideology. It's just dangerous.
I'll put it on my tinfoil hat. It is designed by design that there is.
Yeah, it's nice on you.
Absolutely. People love conflict for some reason.
But I don't mean it about that. I mean, it is the most powerful people in the world know that women are contributing 50%, but they want to hold them to less than that. Because whatever they can carve off that 50%, that goes into their pocket, does not go into the male's pocket. So I just want you to understand that it is by design to disregard women's contributions, because anything that they can disregard, they can claim for themselves.
Capitalism.
A patriarchy.
We skipped by, but we gotta give this comment by 21 titles. Shout out Wellness Brit, who was on.
Yeah, so glad to hear from you, sis.
Yeah.
She said she heard this the other day. Every time we lose an elder, we lose a library. Facts. So community to me is being able to share information and knowledge with the intention to apply it. Peace and love, y'all. Smart is what you do with it. Real talk. Our elders and, you know, all them lessons, all the things we've learned, I get it. Wisdom sometimes comes with age, but most of us are born with it. It's do better. For sure.
Dr. Smart posted a comment, all the great things coming from me was because black women believed in me. So facts. And I can 100% agree with that. First of all, I was born to a black woman. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be alive if I had to be a black woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm married to a black woman, you know what I'm saying? So my son wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a black woman. And also just like my career in where I work wouldn't be where it's at if it wasn't for a black woman. Because like when I first started my career in tech, maybe not when I first started my like career seriously in tech. Like at first I was in San Antonio and I was kind of just. But then crazy part, right? Black woman was like, you should get an MBA. I was like, I don't want to do that. She was like, okay, well, cool. Come to this conference. And so I went to the conference. That conference, got a job. All right. So that conference, when I got that job, I was being managed by a white woman and and a white man. But then eventually a black woman came in. Right. Boom. I ended up getting hired by a client, and then I was led by a black woman. Then they ended up leaving. Another black woman stepped in, was being led by another black woman, and then I left, went back, came back to the thing. Was led by a white man for a little bit, and now I'm led by a black woman. And like this point in my career is where I'm at right now. Is like the best part of my career thus far. Like every year I get like high marks. I get excellent ratings on my performance reviews, and it's just like it's easy for me because like my supervisor is a black woman, so it's like, and they're like, you wanna get a promotion? I'm like, can I stay with the black woman? Because I don't really want to go work for somebody else, and so like that's just what it is. Like,
because she got your back. She got your back. Seriously, even when the world is whooping her ass, she got your back.
Me too. Like as like just being black, right? Like like I could be like, this shit don't make sense, and she'd be like, yeah, I know, but we gotta.
Yeah, let's pull it up.
I'd be like, all right, you're right, we do.
No, she knows. I mean, she was sent here with that spiritual. She has that divine connection already. She knows. Like, I got you. We good. We gonna ride this till the wheels fall off. It's you and me. And this is again the importance of this. Like at its core, it's the love and natural, just the ethics of care that we've always had for each other. Again, we're talking about women, but we're talking about the way these things radiate and being extra careful when we're thinking about community and that energy. Real talk. Like, we need each other. Moving right along. To close this piece out, Felicia Byron said, all day. Community to me is about fostering a sense of belonging and also creating space for acceptance of our differences, our lived experiences, and the ways we move through the world. Community also involves advocacy. It means showing up, not just for ourselves, but for others, and sometimes speaking up for people whose voices are not always centered or heard. I mean, IB just touched on that. Like, yeah, we out here with double-edged swords for real. Like, we're doing the mad work of looking out for ourselves, or trying to do that, because there's been a lot of talk about that, and looking out for everybody, our children, the elders, pets. I mean, our homegirls, our brothers, our aunties, our grandmas. Like, we out here doing it. And again, it's not to say it's just women, but this is the core energy of being communal, saying, yeah, come on, let's do this. You got some stuff, I got some stuff. It's all good. Like, let's build. So this is where we at. This is where we at.
What we got?
Big shout out, Felicia.
For sure.
Great, amazing artist, beautiful human.
For sure. I think we might have time for just a few more. Oh, wait, I can't forget our dear W_Amani. She said community means to her being in spaces with people that she shares time with. For sure.
Nice.
If they're in your space, you gotta, hopefully you like them.
Hopefully. Heavy on the hopefully.
Heavy on the hopefully, IV. We ain't gonna talk about that. So then that brings us to a little bit what we talked about. What challenges have you personally experienced while developing, building, and or engaging community? And this is where we start getting to the good, bad, and ugly, y'all. This is what we got to talk about. Kind of had this come to Jesus meeting. Semyana said, I've found it increasingly challenging to build and connect authentically with others the past years, decade plus, especially with the meteoric rise. Meteoric?
Meteoric,
yeah. Rise of social media.
It's all the same thing.
Yeah, it is.
different
I'm
emphasis.
thinking metaphoric. As much as it is open new pathways to connection, open my eyes to new things, I seem to find it more difficult to build deeper, long-term connections. Fewer people want to follow through with authentic IRL connections without it being a moment to be monetized with selfies, etc. I also have deep concerns about the rise in bots or bad actors infiltrating
Internet theory.
communities or forums for specific minority groups. Come on, listen me on that. Let me give you a hug,
This
sis.
is please.
Can we
Listen.
talk about for a second? So there's this guy that I saw on Twitter, and he was like, "Yo, if you're a black insert job position, hit me up. I got some jobs for you." And the white folks was up in arms. Oh, this is racist. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, what if I'm not black and I need a job? It's like, bro, read the room.
Yeah.
Like, there is a reason. Oh, this is DEI. Well, look at the current. I mean, we have a DEI president. Come on now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why we can't have nothing?
They don't really care about us.
Why we can't have nothing? I can't have nothing.
Oh my God, MJ, he had it all right.
If I'll take one thing and just insert is that's why we just got to be what we're about, do what we're doing, and really be intentional in it, because they wish now they throw words like this is the diversity higher. This is just trying to get to a point of parity within a system that you helped significantly to build. But we're also convinced to give away and forget the things that we built. So then we're more vulnerable when they change their mind in that arena. You know, so we have to have our spaces. Just like if women have a space where they say, this is what I'm doing, I'm not going to muscle up in there.
Let them girls do what they're trying to do.
No, again, symbolic, IV, Black Simon, and even some of the brothers here. This is what I'm saying to you. Y'all may be like that, but brothers be muscling through and it'd be like, no, bro, you're not welcome. See you. Bye.
Imagine your people being so oppressed over time that the government has to step in and allow certain reverse racism to exist because they like the same opportunities. Like, that is just crazy.
Do you think that's what happened, Ivy? Do you think
It's
that's
literally what happened. It's actually I mean, so like that kind of is like what it is in a sense, because like it's like the opposite of what occurred, right? Like revert. It's like the reverse of what occurred.
There
which
is no opposite of what occurred and continues to occur, though. There's no opposite, and it's not like this thing happened. Yeah. It was Black Bloods built it, not just in the USA, Canada. Same thing. They have. And then when like I'm saying,
it's reverse racism is kind of like diminishing because it's not really reverse racism. It's more so reverse discrimination, because like racism came with like actual death.
Well, and that it's classism, right? So again, the construct in and of itself is like, okay, and this is why I was asking you, like, did that really happen? And not to say, we family, we talking here. This is what we do. Talk show on point. Thank you, Empress NG said, good evening. True community to me means being authentic with my interactions and exchange of energies with others. I am very intentional when I interact. As our ancestors tell us, we can't do this alone. It's exactly, it prefaced my comment well. When we say, because you have to step in and reverse some stuff. Again, whenever, and again, I don't want to make this day about them, us against them, but you stepping in to make this about you. We didn't need DEI.
Yeah.
we know how to treat each other.
Right.
Yeah,
and it's you who don't know how to treat each other.
We don't want a slavery. We never have. We never had a slavery. So it's not a reverse. It's just like you fix your shit, but we got to be fixing ours. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
It's like intentional discrimination. Like we don't want to include. Like, you don't need to be included in. Not necessarily you in particular, right? But just like you as a group, right? Like a generalization of you, whereas a generalization of us have not historically had these opportunities. And fun fact, this was a Canadian guy who was like, if you black, hit me up. I think he might have been in Toronto. With Josh for like black engineers and stuff like that. And it's just like, bro, like read the room, bro, or read a book, like, and you understand. And it's like, it's literally like, the funny thing is, it's literally like codified in their like government. It's just like just we don't allow discrimination except for these specific circumstances.
Yep. And again, this is when we thinking about, we talked about this with LLM, everything being fed, the input and the output, right? So there is a standard that has always been deeply flawed. So again, if we're looking at this from the perspective of saviorism, okay, so yeah, come in and say, no, you do what you do because it makes sense to you. It doesn't make sense to us. We over here looking like, yeah, that was stupid. So you just did that just to do it and take it away. And again, it's the carrot thing. This is why it's this being a reminder. We cannot lose sight of community. We cannot lose sight of togetherness. We cannot lose sight of building together and making sure that we're okay, checking on each other, talking about the hard things, coming to solutions, and being intentional about changing the behaviors that hurt us, that diminish us. Because it's not enough to be like, well, they're doing this to us. And it's like, but we're doing this to us. Because we've been watching them so long and we doing stupid shit.
Facts. We start to mimic their behaviors.
It's mirrors. We're in a mirror dimension when we do that stuff. Like, come on. So that leads me to, again, a wonderful young lady who will be our special guest next week for Tech Week during our FinTech for Us show. Where we're going to give away that wonderful Raspberry Pi. If you haven't scanned that QR code yet, or you haven't clicked that link, please do so now. Being misunderstood by community on multiple occasions makes it easy to stand out like a sore thumb in your environment, making it difficult to serve a community that won't accept your individuality. I really do need to drop the mic right here because this is a problem. It's a problem. And I think I just want to hear from everybody else. I'm not even going to share my commentary on this.
I'm just reading again. Makes it okay. Being misunderstood by community on multiple occasions makes it easy to stand out like a sore thumb in your environment.
That's
difficult to serve a community that won't accept your individuality.
And I understand exactly what she's talking about. This is going to be probably, I don't know if it exactly, but it's going to be something similar to the, you talk white. I talk proper. I enunciate my words and I speak with diction.
And don't get it twisted, nigga. But anywho.
Right. Like that means that I talk like a white person. I'm sorry that my education threatens you, but being educated is not a white trait.
Think about it. In that regard, you're looking at it right. You're looking at it as, okay, so properness, we've talked about this in linguistic discrimination. And we talked about the standard being proper is the way, right? So because I use African-American English or I choose to kind of curve my dialect.
Don't get it twisted.
You lock me out. Like, I'm not black. I'm not.
Right.
And that's across the board, though. We have a warped sense of what it means to be cultural. We know it's not a monolith, but because I'm different, you expect me to be like you,
right?
Make that make sense because that is a tip of the
supposed
enemy.
to have ate spam and saltine crackers too? Like, I'm sorry, my parents could have. I lived in a. I'm sorry, I lived in a majority white neighborhood. I'm sorry that I actually had vocabulary books to study. I'm sorry that my vocabulary is extensive and I know.
Okay, it's not just me.
Your audio.
Ivy? Yes, yours.
No, we can't hear a word. But I'm going to pull off of what he was saying while he fixes it. I'm pretty sure he'll figure it out. What I think is, but this is a direct attack on our community. It's colorism. It helps to build the systems.
Okay, I'm good.
Yes. I'm
like, we're involved in.
Yeah. Go ahead, Black Simon. That we're involved in.
Yeah,
Systemic.
This is again, it's the systemic systems. Is not only do they divide us by culture and color, but also by language, by other things. These are all ways to creating an in-group and an external group, and we are
Absolutely.
constantly trying to fight to become part of the in-group, while they are basically knowing that we will never become part of the in-group because the in-group does not include us. And how that works out for community is that those groups that are consistently pushed to the edges are constantly needing to redefine themselves, and that redefinition allows them to be controlled. It is a system. It is a system.
It's the unicorn thing. It's like, wait, if I'm constantly getting you to question who you are because I can't digest who you are. I can't accept you need to be different. And this is across the board, just like you said, Black Simon. Yeah, you need to change so I can deal with you. Well, if I want to
And what I'm
change
gathering from that is mind control,
all day.
manipulation.
All day. And again, it's some of the behaviors, some of the thought leadership that has been made us sick and been made us question ourselves and makes us detached from community. What did Auntie Donna say? Trust is a major challenge. People need to know if they can trust you. When you are connecting family and that energy is being shared, you need to know that space is safe. Safety means something different to everybody. We're not even going to talk about the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Again, that's mural shit. But we're going to talk about what safety means to us. Safety is as much as, can I go outside?
Can I drive somewhere in a Lexus?
I just want to touch on what you just said, Rashanis, but they're trying to connect safety with conformity, and
All day.
that is the one thing that I will like to stress through all of this is they present community as conformity, which equals safety.
Yeah.
And if we look the same, sound the same, then we're safe.
Which that's not the
Which
case
is not actually true.
at all. Because again, we know that we move around in spaces, and here's the thing, we run out of time because we have so many more to get to, but I think this is a really good start so that we can start coming to the table with viable solutions, right? When we are thinking about this, we're thinking, don't be caught up out here. Check in with yourself and your people as often as possible. Do the hard things. Vulnerability is part of your humanness. If I can't trust you, yeah, I don't want to move around, and at our core, we should be trusting of each other. Don't be out here saying one thing, doing another. I'll be a walking paradox and you just out here just wilding. But if you are, tell the truth about that. So I can make a decision. Okay, I can't trust you. And that's infringing on my safety. I'm good. These are the things we're talking about. We're still human. We've always been human. We shouldn't be conforming and obeying something that is to our detriment. It's not community.
Say that again.
I think as a solution, and I know maybe we're not moving to that yet, but I think
We are.
we're going to starting towards is
Always
honesty.
moving towards solutions. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Honesty.
And
Honesty.
tolerance.
I think is a real backbone of community. Showing up as your authentic self and being accepted for who you are. And that is an honest representation of yourself. And therefore, the community can accept you not on the basis of what you perform, but what you actually are. I think that's a very big one for me.
Very, very big. I do want to say this because I know I heard you, IB, about tolerance. Here's where those go hand in hand, because the damage has been done, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we're talking about trust, right? The damage has been done. The reality is, some of us don't trust each other, right? Some of us are still healing from deep-seated wounds that, microaggressions. I mean, again, can I go outside? Can I drive down the street? Can I buy this? Can I just be? right? Without being performative. And that has done a number on our psyche. This is why we constantly talk about mental health. Like, where are you? Like, for real, what's going on? The flip side of that is also understanding that there's only so much bandwidth that we have out here trying to heal, stay together, do all the things that we need to do to show up for community, right? So being honest and transparent and being authentic is definitely, it's key. It's key. Tolerance is a good one because it requires you to come outside of yourself sometimes. It requires you to put down that ego and just be like, you know what? This ain't personal. I love my people, man. I love my people.
I gotta say that word to me is a weird word.
It is because it has some connotation to it. I feel you. But in the sense that IV said it. How about that?
I know IV's coming from a good place. Okay.
But, I mean, there's a couple of different connotations and uses of the word. I guess it's definitely contextual. But tolerance in an accepting manner, like understanding that people have different upbringings, have different. Like we say all the time, we're not a monolith. We come from different backgrounds, different areas, different socioeconomic statuses. That does not determine your blackness. Your literal blackness determines your blackness, right? Like your literal blackness. Like, do you have a black person in your lineage, right? With some nuance there, but
it's subjective. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, parent, grandparent, you know what I'm saying? Not too far down the line, but and then also, it's the lineage first, and then like cultural, right? Because there are some non-black people that might be kind of black. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, and so just being tolerant of each other and understanding that we're not the same, we're not going to be the same, and we probably shouldn't be the same, because if we were the same, then that really wouldn't be too much fun. Yeah, it wouldn't be too much fun.
It'd be whack.
So it's just like, go ahead, Kay.
I just want to say I would replace tolerance with love and respect.
Acceptance.
In fact, I was going to tell Black Simon, like, maybe we should change Symbolic's animation to respects, but yeah, for sure.
True.
On our animation.
He does say that a lot.
He does. For real. And it's always what he's given.
Right? And he know it too. Look at his face.
It's in the pipeline now.
Thank you. Right on cue. I love it. You do, because it is love and respect.
It's respects with it got to end with a K too. Like
it
respects.
Does that hard K?
Not respect.
I thought it was an X.
No, that's not an X. It's definitely an X is not my style.
Looking like Malcolm X.
Like, what is
not my
although
style.
That's pretty dope, but no.
I couldn't get to the unmute button fast enough on that one with the Malcolm X comment.
Looking like Malcolm X. No, symbolic for mayor. But here's the thing. This has been the commentary that, I love what Ivy said, and even when Symbolic just said it, it's culture, right? And if we don't understand that that's something we were born with, that's innate within us, then that requires us to do our due diligence to research that. We are all different, right? If you're not familiar with culture in the origin sense, then start there, and then start to research and take a deeper look at culture in every way, shape, form, and fashion. We got to be able to relate. It's the base word of relationship. So this concludes. I don't know. I want to check. I want to make sure everybody's feeling good about it. But this concludes what curating community. What does it mean to curate community? We still want to hear from our people. Mad love to everybody who popped something in the comments. Like,
and
seriously,
respects.
For sure.
That was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I know. I thought you were going to say something else.
Respects.
Yeah.
So,
we got that track. We
just before we go to the track, can we talk about the giveaway just one more time?
True.
For sure. Who want this raspberry pie? We got a hot box over here, and we slinging pies. You want one?
Man.
I've heard people now discussing it as a cyber deck. So, and
What?
that is the terminology that is being passed around on the interwebs. As
Wait,
these
what are we
youths
talking about
talk
now?
You could make a cyber deck out of a Raspberry Pi Zero, but I don't think it will work very
Because it's
well.
2 gigs, right? How much
What
how
is
much
a
memory?
cyber deck?
Nah, it's 520. Cyber deck is basically like a small computer that can like fit in like or be worn. But they got
Oh,
like,
wow.
they got like cyber decks where it's like a
I
imagine
know.
like a Tony
I
Stark
know. I
type
know
of
it's
device.
symbolic. That's why I brought up the word. I
Yeah.
knew you'd be
Yeah.
intrigued. I knew you would
Yeah.
learn. I knew you would love it.
Yeah. So honestly, Raspberry Pi 02 is more so for like embedded devices. You can probably use it to run your OpenClaw. It's pretty low power. But I mean, there's still a lot of things you could do with it, and then maybe one of the next future giveaways will be a full-fledged Pi 5.
Yo, you know what would be really amazing if there was a way right now for someone to just scan a QR code and win a Raspberry Pi.
We can drop that link if you can't scan the code, because you might be watching on your phone. You might be watching on it. Yeah, we have a link for you.
Right over there?
Right up there.
Right over.
If you point your phone at that thing right there, some magic will happen. It's going to take you to this form that you fill out right there above Black Diamond.
But if you can't, if you're on a device and you can't do that, maybe you can screenshot it and maybe use the device later, or we can drop the link directly to the forum in the chat for you. So you can make that happen, because next week we is picking the winner live, ladies and gentlemen.
Right there.
Just by scanning that code right there, you can scan it and win a Raspberry Pi. Next thing, you're building your own cyber deck, building your own, this and that kind of devices for your,
You can build.
Give it to a young person, get them all DIYing, hook up your house just from that link. Amazing.
Next week,
right.
March 18th.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, hit the follow right here.
Yeah, for sure. Tell us how you feeling about it. What you loving about Talk Show On Point? What you not loving? Be honest with us. We is all community. That's what we do. For sure. Wait, what do we have coming up?
We had a women's week.
Yeah.
Like a rhyme that was just like, oh, you know what?
It's dope. This is so dope. And it might be. Yeah, go ahead.
Ida, Shirley, Fanny, Nina, Maya, Gladys, Coretta, Ella, and Retta. Even baby Ruby was out here applying pressure. Daisy, Diane, Anita, Barbara, Winnie, May, Elaine, Audra, Gloria, Dorothy, Lucy, Asada, Bessie. I swear ain't nobody do it flyer. Paulie, Septima, Carol, Kat, Madam, show ladies how to get the bag. And Annie, Tony, and Constance, Miriam, Afeni, Ellen, Joanne, about 2 Marys, Pleasant, Beth, Rosa, and we can't forget Claudette, Athena, Serena, Kentaji. Wait, can't forget this queen who grabbed the cop face.
Oh, man.
Women like Sojourner was the truth for real. But today's era, I be looking like L. Sisters was real. Tell me what y'all think about it. Leave your opinion in the comments.
That was unnecessary.
Wait a minute. So I wanted to talk about this because every single woman portrayed here, love and attract. And when it got to that part, I was like, wow. So I did what it's kind of sad, but I've been reading a lot of comments lately just to see where the mental state of the world is. Some of these are bots and some of these are humans. And there were a lot of Black women that was offended that, brother just slid that clip in there. And I was like, wow.
Offended? They should have been.
Yeah. I think that's going to be a conversation.
Hey, listen, hold on, wait a minute. I'm seeing a lot of love in the comments. I'm gonna bring it back.
Oh, you're talking about actually in the comments of the video.
See, but here's the thing. IB, I'm so glad you're doing this. Remember, the algo is going to present certain comments. I'm getting a different view. Does that make sense?
And I'm not even logged in.
Yep.
That's probably
See,
why.
so again, this is the trick, because I'm telling you, the first 2 comments I saw was like, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. A black woman is a black woman. You know, it doesn't matter what she has on. It doesn't matter what. And I'm like, oh, yikes! Shots fired. And I don't even know the brother, but I was thinking, in his defense, he was looking at this from women who have, you know, paved the way in a certain sense, right? And comparing women of today, which was a very general statement. But again, I kind of see both sides. It was like, no, the video was hard. It was hard. That piece was a little.
I'm gonna say we can go deeper another time.
We can.
At 10:30, but I'm gonna say
I gotta say my piece, but
man.
What's your piece?
My piece is I've been calling it political fracking, but I would say this is digital fracking, where they're pumping in the hate and distrust and disunity artificially into our communities, and then they're processing what bubbles up from those things. They're processing that, and then they're extracting just the super highly virile negativity and then pushing that into policy. That is what they're doing with all of that stuff. They're extracting the stuff that makes us most upset and turning that into policy, whether it is positive policy or negative policy that affects community. But it's political or media or digital fracking.
So again, there is a much larger reason why, again, the nuances matter. And this we're still talking about the microcosm and the macrocosm. Doing something as simple as just inverting, and that's his art, y'all. That's his art. We talk about this all the time: creative control, art, culture.
I mean, I don't think there's any just about it, but yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, these are the things that we need to be when we talk about the consciousness. Like, they woke out here, fam.
And I would just want to add, though, again, you brought into my consideration, let's say, so Buddhist teachings that a particular elder brought into my world. And it's like, if they're trying to digitally, politically frack, they're trying to get us agitated and, extract our energy and what, all that. I'd say we really need to figure out how to come to a balance when people try to throw you off in any way, really. And just come back, make that our culture of calm appropriately so that they can't manipulate us, should that be the case.
Okay, symbolic. I'm totally in agreement, but then my emoji eyes got bigger as I think IV shared the screen, and I'm like, wait, what?
What is happening? What is that? Oh yeah.
So this is from the Scrum Alliance. Scrum is an organization. They provide certifications for professionals for various different Scrum certifications, Scrum Master,
project management,
manager. They updated their policy to provide disciplinary action against members with significant court-ordered unpaid child support or maintenance obligations that are more than 2 years overdue or exceed $10,000 USD. And we gotta talk about this on another show. Maybe this could be like next week's What's Up. And this is absolutely unacceptable.
Sorry, you got garbled. Say again.
I said that we could talk about. We're gonna have to talk about this on the next show, maybe. But this is absolutely unacceptable. This is they're targeting people.
Sorry. I'm gonna have to ask you to please. We went really micro quick, and I didn't follow it, so our audience probably didn't follow it. What is Scrum and how? Scrum
is a method. Is basically like a methodology for software development and project management. So it's just a methodology of like doing, a way of doing agile software development. So they do like little sprints, and you've got like a backlog. You've got, your 2 weeks sprint.
Is it an organization?
Yes, it's an
or
organization.
Institution.
It might be a little bit of
connected?
both. It's a professional organization, and they provide a very
Training and
popular
development. Certification. They have some community-based, they've been around for a while. They, in fact, agile
International or
I believe it is international.
Okay. They might be US.
I don't know.
Yeah, they might be US. Because Scrum is a methodology that's often
Let's see.
Well, I think we got to figure out how to wrap it, because we are
going to wrap it,
and we need to.
That's super interesting, man.
That's messed up.
Let's put that on next week's What's Up.
For sure.
Follow up on
so we got our greetings and gratitude. What we grateful for? I mixed it up again. Our vibe check. So what we looking forward to in terms of the vibe? What's the vibe going into?
My vibe is nice, and I just want to say, poppin' show. That was a great show. I'm grateful for having great hosts and having great comments coming from our chat from YouTube and Twitch.
I
think that's the first time that's the first time we had some YouTube people.
No, that's not. We've had YouTube people before.
Why are you trying to kill my high?
Dog. Oh, my bad. You're right. First time we had both. First time we had both. It's me. I'm hallucinating. I'm the LLM today.
IV, what's the vibe, yo?
Vibe, man. Vibe is always building. I got a lot of things on my plate that I'm building for. I know a couple weeks ago I was supposed to find out if I won a hackathon.
Did you win?
I did not find out if I won a hackathon. They apparently had a lot of submissions, and I'm not feeling so good about my odds, because they was like, we got 400 submissions, and I'm like, damn, 400. Like, it's like 0.25%.
No, but you know what? The numbers may the force be with you. You never know.
I submitted a good idea.
But are they black submissions?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it really matters too much, but I think my submission was good. I think I still got a good chance. And so there's actually 2 of them that got.
I believe in you.
So I think we're gonna find out if we won one this week, and then the next one we're gonna find out if we won on April 1st. And then we've got like 3 more submissions that gotta go. I gotta put those out. I gotta put out an update for my app. And then also next week we have our first speaking engagement for the app. We're going to be presenting it to the NIST, which is the organization that creates the documents that I model my app after.
The NIST app, y'all.
Yeah. And so we're also changing the name of the app to the iSchool Pocket Guide instead of the NIST Pocket Guide, so that I don't get sued.
For sure.
Yeah.
But that's you trying to make money.
What did you say? It's
iSchool, which is the Open Security Control Assessment Language, OSCAL.
Acronym for it. That's smart.
So next week we have we're presenting the app to the NIST technical community on Wednesday. And actually, the following month, I presented another idea to NIST for a new documentation standard. So that's pretty cool. So I'll be presenting that idea at another for the next month, and then continuing. We got more hackathons coming up, and so more hackathon submissions coming in. Another thing, and I'm gonna stop here because I've been talking too much. But so I took a certification exam on February 16th, just kind of out of the blue. I was like, I'm gonna do that. And I passed that test. That was for GitHub Copilot. That's when I told you
press the button. Yeah.
That was legitness.
And then, so Saturday we have the Security AI Plus, Sec AI Plus exam that we're gonna be taking. I haven't studied for that one. I'm just kind of going off the strength of what I know about AI. So hopefully that goes okay. But I did get I got like the version of the test that comes with the retake. So if I don't pass it, then I can.
Then you got another. Yeah, you got a cushion.
Then
actually,
you know
I'll
that
take it
this is one of
seriously.
those tests that you have to study for.
Yeah, I'll actually take it seriously if I don't pass, but I think I'll be all right.
You'll probably be all right.
So yeah,
The fact that you're like, I'm going to take the test, and you're not going to have a robot take it for you is, that's a big deal.
Nah, they be watching you and they lock your computer down and everything. So if you were to, I couldn't do that. But I mean, it's also an ethics thing too. So
for sure.
So yeah, the vibe is just
that he'd have a robot take the test for him.
People
who are watching the show will have the wrong impression.
People be having a little bots asking questions for them in the Zoom interviews and stuff. I'd be like, damn, how would you even
it's bad out here. That's why I said
God.
This is why we build, ladies and gentlemen. But anywho.
So yeah, I mean, we got a lot of exciting things coming up. Hopefully we get some wins announced and we get some money coming in because I'm trying to get me a new MacBook and stuff. So I got, you know what I'm saying? So that's what the vibe is.
The vibe is Ivy's going for the longest vibe check in history. But he's doing mad things. So
we got to talk about that new MacBook Neo.
That is dope.
Very good. Yeah. We'll talk about that next week, but very good piece of hardware.
Definitely.
Highly recommend that if you if you're not like running local models on your computer, or if you got low budget. Very good device to get. Highly recommend it.
Let's talk about that on Tech Week for real, because I'm thinking about it.
For sure. No, honest, get it. If you think about it, get it. It's a good device.
Okay. What was you saying, Symbolic? Say it again.
Next week is Tech Week.
Next week is Tech Week.
Yeah. Looking forward to that.
Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, we slinging pies.
Ivy producer, are we tinkering next week? Are we tinkering?
No, we got a guest next week, right?
Okay, that's the whole. Okay, so then you'll have to wait next Tech Week when you have your pie in hand from this.
And we can build together.
And build some stuff.
Yeah.
Cyberdex.
My vibe, I'm glad you asked. My vibe.
As if we wouldn't.
That's good. I'm done. Okay. That's my answer.
Your vibe is your vibe since we asked?
No, you weren't listening. I said it's good.
Oh, all right, man. Next, where's the other Canadian at?
I already said I started this chain.
Did
mofo? Yo, get the COVID out your ears.
Oh man, I got COVID in my ears.
I mean,
no.
I get my ears checked. Then I'm gonna go to the ENT.
Oh my god, I'm slobbing. This is horrible.
Did you go already? Or am I tripping?
No, Black Simon did. He started it off. He was like, he's grateful that we had a good show, and he was talking about great co-hosts, great comments. Empress MG just said, "Oh my gosh," she said, "First time, you guys were so awesome. Love the energy." And she said, "IB, you got this." We love when new family joins us. We are family. So I was just going to say the vibe check is just that. This was good, but we have to continue these critical conversations for the sake of the culture and the community. So good thing.
And the actionable, what I mean?
The solutions.
The solutions and the making it our culture, how we deal with the world, with the people around us, and showing love. So being winners, like Ivy produced over there.
Oh, right. All of us.
Wait, what?
We talked about this last week when we had the beautiful Jasmine on. We ran that XR 360 video, Just Us by our very own Symbolic, where works this track you're listening to right now, which is one of my beloved. All my music is my beloved, but was featured in that video as well as Hoods. Y'all gotta check that out. Man. It's all love.
All right, party.
Peace, love, everybody.
Yes. All right. Until next time, Talk Show on Point.
On point.
We out.